Well, a booming cash market is operating in homes across Australia, with many working families now turning to illegal nannies because of a lack of childcare. The off-the-books industry is costing both legitimate caregivers and the government millions of dollars each year. Canberra is currently assessing ways to create better care options and to address workplace gender equality. But with a hemorrhaging federal budget, is now the right time to implement costly social policies.
On the sidelines of Australia's playgrounds sit highly skilled women locked out of the workforce.
I didn't realise how difficult it has actually become, and it is quite an issue.
There is a direct linkage between flexibility, childcare, retention of women throughout their professional lives.
The participation of working mothers in Australia's workforce is 13% below that of men and also lower than the OECD average. It's a worrying figure for business leaders and government, which has a target of 50% of women in leadership roles in the next decade.
When you have a mixed gender board, the performance of the company is actually genuinely better. We need to bring the financial imperative into it and take it off the social agenda and bring it onto the financial radar.
The economic benefits of improving female participation in the workforce is estimated at $25 billion. It's a key driver behind two government-led inquiries into childcare affordability and standards. But with a budget in crisis and a decision at least a year away, the pressure is on to get it right.
Who is not concerned about the care of our children? It's an economic imperative, it's a social imperative, and obviously, as we're reading now, it's a political imperative.
We have 11 people here at the moment, either going on maternity leave or just gone on maternity leave. Just getting their children into childcare, it's not that easy. Some of them have had to wait months and months and months to get a childcare facility.
Many families are forced to turn to inexperienced and underqualified operators to allow both parents to return to work.
We believe that there's between 30,000 and 80,000 carers out there that are doing cash-in-hand type situations.
The cash market, flush with foreign workers and students, is robbing the taxpayer of an estimated $6 billion a year. But with childcare costs rising in response to demand and wage pressure, some parents have little choice. The government needs to boost national productivity and repair the budget deficit. But with high-profile calls this week for it to abandon its paid parental leave scheme on the grounds that it's too expensive, many wonder what kind of timely and affordable policy reform on childcare can be delivered.
Childcare is a $5 billion industry at the moment. It's costing the government $5 billion for the rebate. So the cost is one thing. I mean, the government only has one bucket of money. So we see that by opening up the rebate, they're actually regulating the industry a bit. They'll get more money in tax, so it should counteract that.
Yeah, childcare is a major issue for all Australian families. And Tony Abbott, he's not budging on his costly paid parental leave scheme. Matthew, he should be applauded, shouldn't he? If childcare is such a big concern, sticking to your guns on that policy is a good thing.
But they're separate issues, right? There's childcare and then there's the paid parental leave scheme. And I think it would be a scandal if we end up with Tony Abbott's paid parental leave scheme, where people can earn up to $75,000 after they have a kid of taxpayer funds, and we still haven't sorted out the childcare problem. We talk in this country, we talk so much about productivity as a way to boost the economy, but there's another way of boosting the economy. It's called participation. And the easiest way you can boost participation is to get working mothers, getting women back into the workforce after they have kids. And I could point to any number of studies that says that what really matters for women is not the 6 months or the 12 months after, it's knowing they can get into childcare, so for those next 4 years until their kids go to school, they can go back to work.
Yeah, they can actually get back into the workforce. And Matt, should nannies be made tax deductible? I mean, what are some of the options that should be considered for those long-term solutions for working families?
Yeah, if that's the best way. I mean, I'm no tax expert, but if that's the way, and I agree with Matthew, you know, this is key for us, I think, as a country. We talk about competitiveness, productivity. I mean, there's so many good people that, aren't participating because of this issue, and I think it's a key thing to get fixed. And look, paid parental leave or whatever, I mean, it's even sacrilegious of me as a fund manager to say that we should get this right before we even think about increasing the super, contribution levy.
Yeah.
I think this is a much more key issue for the country.
Yeah.
It's not a women's issue, isn't it? It's an economic issue.
Yeah, and it's a family issue. It's not just, as you say, it's not just about the women. Yeah, good points.